Hey, Llama here, and here we are in a dark, spooky place. And why are we here? Well, today we are going to do the Swamp Cave. So this is the Swamp Cave tour. So what we'll do is we'll go through the cave. I'll show you what I take in the cave. I'll show you what I believe is the best way to get through the cave unscathed, and what sort of loot we can get. Hopefully the loot drops have spawned when we get in there, and we can get something decent. And I'll show you where the explorer notes are, and I'll also show you how to get the artifact. So a little bit of stuff to run through today. Swamp Cave is a cool cave. Once you get used to it, it's not so daunting. And to be honest, you find yourself running it. This is the best place in ASA to get your Rex blueprints for Rex saddles, Ascended Rex saddles, and also for things like long necks, capped long necks, and shotguns, pump action shotguns as well. So, so those three items much sought after in the game. This is the best cave to get them. All right, so let's head down to the Swamp Cave. Now, it's not the easiest cave to find, but you can see here, just behind me is the lake on the map. Just behind me is the Circle Lake, which is just down there. And you can see it's very heavily populated. It's a very popular build spot. So you guarantee that'll be easy to find. And you just basically head straight up from there, and there's this little sort of, what would you call it? Like a little thing carved out in the ground, which leads you up from where that lake is, and we can't see the lake because someone's built around it, but that's fine. And you can just basically head up from there, and the Swamp Cave entrance is here on the left. Now, why? So I'm wearing ghillie. Now, I'm not going to wear ghillie in the cave for good reason, but I wear ghillie to get to the cave because obviously we have thylers in the redwoods that will pounce off of the trees and will grab you. And whilst ghillie won't prevent them doing that, it will reduce the chance because it reduces the aggro range of any wild creatures. So, what are we taking in the cave? Well, first thing is we are taking 2 gas masks. So, we won't need more than 2. We probably won't need more than 1. And I'll explain that again in a second. We are taking our baryonyx. So, this baryonyx, it's got a 106 saddle on it. So, it's an ascendant saddle, but it's not capped. It's got around 10k health. It's got 763 melee. If I show you just quickly, you can see there's no mutations. It's imprinted, it's bred, but it's not a heavily mutated berry. It's just been leveled up. And we're taking some fish meat in with us because fish meat is what baryonyx eats. And you can see I've already sustained some health damage, which is not great because I jumped off of a cliff that I shouldn't have. So if you get stuck in the cave, it's usually a good idea. I'm probably going to waste it all now, but it's usually a good idea to take some fish meat in the baryonyx with you so that you can heal as you go. And I'm just going to use it all now. And you will most definitely need some after exiting the cave because the berry will take a lot of damage in the cave, and as it heals up, its food stat will go down. So if you leave it unattended after you've been through the cave, there's a chance that you could starve your baryonyx to death. So if you've leveled one and it's got a good saddle on it and it's the one you're using for Swamp Cave runs, then you don't want it to die. Yeah, so make sure that when you finish with the cave and it's healing itself up, that you've got some fish meat in its inventory. The baryonyx gathers fish meat. It's one of it's really good for gathering fish meat. So basically, you can head down to that lake and just do a couple of tail spins, and bang, you've got yourself enough fish meat to keep baryonyx going. What else have we got? So I brought some stimulant. These are also like just insurance things. So stimulant in case when I'm getting off to get drops, I happen to get bitten by something. I've got some health brews. I've got a pokey stick. for the same reason as the stimulant, just in case something goes wrong when I'm not on the Barry, and I've just got food and water. Now, I said about the ghillie. So I'm taking the ghillie off. When I go in the cave, and if you've watched my videos, I've mentioned this before, we're going to wear the gas mask. Now, if there are Arthropleura in this cave, and in this cave, everything is super high level. Yeah, so spiders, they're like up to level 300. Arthropleura, the same. You've got snakes, which don't seem to be as high level as the others. And then you've got like bugs in general in the cave. I'm going to head in before this Diplo actually starts aggroing on me and annoying me. So we're going to go in the cave and chuck on our gas mask, because there is poisonous gas in this cave. So actually, let me just show you. If I head in here, I'm okay. Oh, well, no, I just switched gas masks, didn't I? Oh, okay. Here I'm okay, but as soon as I start getting inside the cave, you have a listen. Here we go. There we go. So I'm taking damage from poisonous gas. If I could put the gas mask on, I don't take any damage. Just take a health brew to get our health back up again. So the gas mask durability will drop while you're in the cave, so you do need to be careful of that. But one gas mask would see you through the cave. I've brought two, just on the off chance that one does get damaged, or we spend a little bit longer in here than I planned. Okay. Alright, now the reason why the no ghillie, I think I only got partway through explaining that, is the Arthros in here will spit at you. If you are wearing armor, and so any type of armor, ghillie included, whether it's flak, whether it's hide, no matter what it is, along with your gas mask, the Arthro will one-shot your armor, including your gas mask. It'll one-shot it just because the levels in here are insane, yeah? Now, the problem that you find there is that then you have to put on a new gas mask, you're taking damage while you're trying to kill the Arthro, put the new gas mask on, you go to the next chamber, and lo and behold, there's another Arthro, bang, another gas mask on. So the best way to do this is actually just to wear the gas mask. Now, when you just wear the gas mask, and I don't know if this is a bug or not, but at the moment, the Arthro only damages the player, hence the health brews. So we're going to go in. We've got 500 health points in our current character. We're going to go in. We're going to take the damage with the character from the Arthro, and then we're just going to heal ourselves. And our gas mask should see us all the way through. I always bring two gas masks because, as I said, I'm not sure if that's a bug, and one day they might patch it, and I don't want to get caught in the swamp cave with no gas mask, because then you'll die and your baryonyx will be left in here to fend for itself. Which also brings me to my next point. Probably not a bad idea to put your baryonyx on passive. Now, the reason why is that when you hop off inside the cave to go and get a loot crate, you don't want it running off to go and harvest stuff, or sometimes if you've killed something you haven't harvested the body, then the baryonyx will go, I know, I'll go and do that. And next thing you know, you're left standing there on your own. All right, this is the tunnel. Here's the first lot of baddies we're going to hit. So you can see here, what was that, level 245. We got a whole load of stuff coming, and we're lagging out something terrible, which is nice. That's always good. Here we go. So spiders, look at the spiders, lots of them. 175, 210, 225, 190. Massive levels. We've got Meganeura in here in huge quantities. Now, worth noting that these don't have levels. They used to. In ASE, the Meganeura used to have levels. In here, they do not. However, they do still give you a decent amount of XP. I can attest to that. So don't be fooled by the fact that they don't have levels. They are still worth killing, and obviously you get chitin for them, but you get XP. If you were doing this cave with a frog, then you would get cementing paste from the Meganeura. And that's the method that I used in my preparing for ASA playthrough. But this time I'm playing a little bit safer. I'm actually using the baryonyx. The frog is good. The frog's a good method, but it can be a bit hit and miss, and a little bit slower as well, especially with a heavily populated cave. Alright, here's an Arthro. We'll get rid of that. It hasn't hit us yet, but you can see it didn't do any damage to us, didn't do any damage to our gas mask. Alright. Nice. Lots of snails. You can leave the snails, they're not very, they're not bad news. Bad news is that was just the entrance. Now we go into the main area of the cave. There'll be another Arthro, lots of spiders. Oh, 2 Arthros. That's where you got to watch, to be honest, because if you get 2 Arthros and they're mate boosted, then they can do a lot of damage. And you really need to watch your health bar on your character, because your health can go down pretty quickly, and you might need to just hit up a couple of health brews in order to keep yourself going. Also a good idea to watch the health on the Barry, because the Baryonyx, even though this guy's got 10k health, the Baryonyx will take a lot of damage as you go through this cave. Alright, so there's 2 paths that we can take here. We've got a path to the left there. Oh, we've got an Arthropleura, which we're going to kill first before we start giving directions. Let's get rid of this guy, because he could be an issue. But shouldn't be any problem for the Baryonyx. Hopefully we'll make this through that needing to worry too much about the Barry. There we go, get rid of those spiders. Now we can go that way, in that direction. We'll go in there in a minute, but in that direction there is a blue loot crate, which you can get. But we're going to head in this direction, further in towards the back of the cave. And I will show you. There's also an explorer note in there with the blue loot crate. Now here is our first loot crate location. They don't often spawn here, but sometimes they do. And I can guarantee there's going to be a whole load of nasties in here that we can't see right now. So let's just make sure that we've aggroed everything before we start thinking let's hop off, because I'm not hopping off and dying, preferably. It's funny, actually, there are usually spiders and an Arthro in here, so I don't know why that is, unless someone's left a tame in here, which is an interesting point. So lots of leeches in the water as well, that's something to watch out for. An interesting point, and that is that in you notice in this walkthrough of the cave, I'm doing it, or you might not notice, but I can tell you I'm doing this on my playthrough server on my Xbox. I'm not doing it on the server that I've done the other cave tours, and the reason for that is that in the swamp cave on the other server, tribes have put frogs and baryonyx inside the cave, which stops things spawning. So they do it, it's a bit cheaty if you ask me, but they do it so that they can just put sleeping bags down inside the cave, and then they can respawn in the chamber and go and grab whatever's in the loot crate, put it in their creature, and then head off. Let's just grab this loot crate now. Okay, there we go. Look at that. 284, that's good. Right, nice start. So we got ourselves a blueprint for an Ascendant long neck rifle, 284.5, and we got ourselves a capped Ascendant crossbow. Look at that 627 durability. Both blueprints, both very useful. Yeah, so we'll definitely make use of those. So yeah, they're basically doing that to prevent things from spawning, and so I didn't want to use that cave. Because I wanted this to be a bit more realistic as far as what you may encounter when you're going through the cave on your own official server. So this one, no one's, as far as I'm aware, done it on this server. So the population of insects in here is pretty much what you would expect on a normal server. Lots of spiders in here, lots more Meganura, and usually another Arthro, which we've got there as well. So let's just keep going, chomping away. Again, got to watch the baryonyx. So he's approaching half health. He's not at half health, which is okay. But we yet to go in the really bad chamber. Now, which we're about to head in now. So let's go into the back chamber, which is where all the red loot crates are. So this is the one where you're going to get your good loot. And there's one of those loot crates down there. Now, my advice on this chamber would be to clear it first before you even consider getting off. In this water, lots of leeches, so go through, get rid of all the leeches, make sure that they're all gone. You can see all these spiders hopping off to come and say hello, so make sure you're getting rid of those. There's snakes, there's arthropleura, there's everything. The whole gang is here, so make sure you're chomping through as much of that as you can, or well, all of it. The leeches themselves will not do a huge amount of damage to you, but you have to remember that if they latch onto your baryonyx, then you have to stand there and remove the leech before you can get back on your barry. And that can be a real problem if you've got stuff coming to kill you. So if I hop off at this loot crate, it's always a bit of a always a bit of a tense moment when you hop off your creature in this cave. I'm going to be quite honest, because you never know what's going to come at you out of the wall that you didn't know was there, and if you can't get back on your barry, then that can ruin your day pretty quickly. So I'm still not getting the loot crate. I'm going around here, I'm going to kill all this stuff. We've got an arthro up here. This is pretty normal spot for them to spawn. Lots and lots of meganura. Let's get rid of the arthro. Still watching my character's health, still watching the baryonyx health. We seem to be okay. That's a good sign. Let's get rid of all the meganura. That. Nice. Now we're going to leave that for a sec in there. And I'll tell you that's pretty full on in there. So we're just going to go through again, more meganura. I want them to swarm me so that I can kill them all while I've got the opportunity. And now we should, after one quick last run round to make sure that we've got all the leeches, we should be able to now get off and get this loot crate. Finally, and we get to see what we got. I tend to hop on top of them. Alright, nothing even vaguely useful in that. That's a bit of a shame. Now, before we go any further, let's drop some stuff. So, great for chitin farming in here. So if you're looking to make up some cementing paste, you can keep all of that. You can also keep the meat if you're looking at meat runs. We've got silica pearls, you've got titan boa venom if you're collecting for boss tributes, a little bit of hide, lots of leech blood. But I'm going to drop it all because I'm more worried about the barry becoming encumbered. Now, a second loot drop, another red one, spawns over here underneath what looks like these spider eggs. And it will spawn, if no one's been in the cave for a while, it will spawn immediately, but you have to leave the cave first. So, we're going to go through, I'm going to take you through here. This is the way out, so that's how we came in. If you then branch off to the right on your way out, and I'll show you there's a couple of loot drop spawns, which won't have spawned, but a loot drop can spawn here. Usually it's yellow. And then if you just continue to follow that round, another loot drop will sometimes spawn here, also yellow, and you can follow that straight through. That brings you out into the previous chamber. Or, and just for the full tour, if you keep going and you follow this around, remember that little thing where we went in, there was an arthro and there were a load of spiders in there. That's that little tunnel there. So that brings you back out into here, and again we've got leeches in the water. Now this is the entrance that we went into that final chamber, so we've just done a big circle and we're going to go back in again, and that red loot crate, all being well, should have respawned, or should have spawned now in the corner there, which it has. Nothing respawns in this cave quickly unless you exit it. So we should now be okay. We've got a Mega Mirror there I want to just get rid of because why not? Actually, no, I don't think I can even hit it. Never mind. So we'll hop off. Let's see what we got here. Hey, that's perfect. 124 Giga Saddle, 298 Ascendant Pump Action Shotgun Blueprint. Look at those blueprints. Those are fantastic. So the only way this run could have got better is if that was a Rex saddle. And this is on my playthrough server, and I really needed a decent shotgun. So it's not cheap, but look at the Dura, almost 3k Dura on that shotgun. Almost 3000 polymer, but hey, it's worth it. And then a 124 Giga Saddle, that's certainly not cheap. But awesome drops. Now, you can also get 124 Rex saddles here or lower, and that is the crate to get them in. The one that spawns down there usually doesn't give us good stuff. The one that spawns up here is the one that you want. Now, they won't respawn for, I think if you hang around in here, if you've got enough gas masks, you hang around in here for like another half hour, one of those two crates will respawn. But really, I think it's like an hour before both respawn. Okay, so the only other thing that does spawn in this last chamber I'll let you know about is you can get Megalania in here on the roof. So you do need to watch out for them before you hop off, because they can give you that mega rabies, and basically you need Megalania toxin as well, so you can kill those for the toxin. Here's the first explorer note that we'll cover. I can't remember which one this is. Let's have a look. Okay, that is the Titanosaur dossier for that explorer note. And then this tunnel up here, so you go up next to this sort of green pillory thing, this tunnel takes you up to where the artifact is. Now, there should not be anything in here which is going to try and kill us, but I'm taking my pointy stick just in case, because look, there you go, Mega Neura and an ant. So I'm actually going to run back to the Barry because they can actually do, you can see the character, the damage my character has taken just there. So good idea to, as I said, bring your pokey stick just in case you get to come across something you didn't expect. But look, I'm well covered. If I'd come across a spider or something, which might still happen, then I have got, oh, hit by something else. Is that another one? It is. Let me just take this guy out like this. Yes. Another one. All right. Well, this, yeah, here's me going, well, there's nothing in here. It's very rare to come across anything in there. I'm going to be completely honest. So let's spam some more health. It's very strange. Is that it? Okay, I think that's it. Alright, now we follow this up. Looks spooky. Here is the artifact. And that is the artifact of the immune, which is one of the artifacts that you need to do the dragon. So it's a very late game artifact. Tend to find that I tend to head into the swamp cave as soon as I can unlock the gas mask, so that I can start farming it for blueprints, because as you can see, it's a great source of blueprints. Alright, now, so our baryonyx is on, it's on like 2/3 health, so probably just as well. So we're going to head into this little tunnel thing. This is just death incarnate, this one. So I'm going to make sure that my health is on full. I'm going to eat some food, and we're going to head in here. I would urge caution, there's a lot of bad stuff in here. So I tend to go in, poke my nose in, go, hi guys, and then back out again, and drag a lot of this stuff outside, because you don't want to be fighting all this in close quarters, I'll be quite honest. And I leave this until I've cleared the chamber completely, just to be safe, because there's a lot of spiders in there. there are 1 or 2 Arthros, there are a lot of Meganura, and all of that does considerable damage. If you just wander in there, go, ooh, what's in here? Then yeah, it can signal the beginning of a very bad day. So I just keep poking my nose in, grabbing stuff, coming back out again. There's another spider, 285. There's another one behind it. So let's get all these out of the way before we actually head in to 75. You can see the levels of these spiders are absolutely insane. This is a great cave for leveling your character too. So at the moment, my character's capped out at 106 because I've got that's minimum, like normal survivor max level plus I've leveled up a chibi, so I can get to 106. But I've only got 1 level on the chibi. But this is a great cave for leveling up. You can hit like a 2 times and a 4 times explorer note and head in here and get massive levels, like 10, 20 levels. Alright, so no Arthro in here, which is a bit odd. Usually there's one in here. And here we go, we have another explorer note. What's that one? Can we see what that is? That is the Terrorbird dossier. So we're coming back in here when we choose to tame a Terrorbird. And I'll show you again where the dossier is. Different video. So head back out there. That's cleared that bit out. We didn't do too bad for health. Don't worry about your torpor. So your Barry will be flashing away like it's about to pass out. On you, your torpor only has to get to a certain height for you to pass out. On your creature, it basically has to max out before they pass out. So you've got plenty of time, no dramas. Head through here. We've got leeches in this water. Leeches, obviously, good supply of leech blood. Also good for kiting, and also okay for leveling too. So if you're using this cave for leveling, kill everything because it all helps. So we're going to head back through the cave now. We've got 2 out of 3 explorer notes. We've got 1 left to get in this last chamber. And in here, a lot of bad stuff again. Nothing new. Pretty much the theme of the cave, to be honest. So let's just do what we did before. We're going to nose our way in, and we're going to drag all these Meganura out and hit them. The leeches in the water, we don't want a leech on us because then when we hop off our baryonyx we won't be able to get back on again, so let's not do that. There will be an arthropluera in here, guaranteed. Sometimes there's one in this entranceway and another one in the cave, and sometimes there's 2 in the cave, so don't be too in the chamber I should say. We're already in the cave, llama. Okay, so let's clear all that stuff out. Again, don't worry about snails unless you're in here to level, in which case you should probably just kill them too. Lots of spiders in here. Lots of stuff just comes at you, and again, you'll take a lot of damage. So you'll be able to see the Barry's health will go down quite a bit for this bit. Because you can see lots of spiders, with an Arthro in the background there, will be spitting at me from a distance. So I want to try and kill that as quickly as I can. And obviously you can see the health of the Barry starting to go down now, but nothing that we can't handle. There we go. Alright, now that won't be that chamber cleared entirely. We need to go all the way in because there's lots of Meganura in here. You can see there's a snake down here. Sometimes there's a stray spider that you didn't see before. So it's a good idea to come through, and sometimes the Arthro will sit at the back of this cave, and you've got to make sure that you clear all of this before you consider getting off. Let's hit the Meganura, get them to swarm us so that we can kill them a little bit easier rather than having to go out and hunt them down. It's always easier to get them to come to you. There we go. There's a spider we didn't see before. Nice. Get rid of him. You do not want to have that guy come across you while you are hopping off. Now there's another little tunnel. I think these are all like crawl tunnels. They do link There's nothing in there, so they're not worth going for. But we're going to clear these Meganura out of the way. There is another explorer node here. I've got to just get my bearings here at the back of this cave. Let's have a look, because it's a little bit hidden. This is where the wolf would have been handy. Where is it? There is another explorer node in here. I know for a fact. I think when I originally got it, I just sort of wandered around. There it is, in the corner there. Goodness me. Alright, we're game to get off. There. The Tapijara dossier is the third and final explorer node in this cave. Good idea if you can hit the explorer nodes before you've killed everything. So if you sort of run in here, hit that explorer node and then kill everything, then obviously you'll get better XP. Blue crate, sorry, not note, not as good. Sometimes you get some Ascendant gear out of that one, so it's always worth checking, to be honest. I wouldn't say no to it. And that's basically the cave. That is the entire cave cleared. All three explorer nodes and the loot drop locations and the artifact. Now, sometimes on the way back out, so way back out is through here. Sometimes on the way back out, stuff will have respawned. So you may find in this next chamber, yep, there we go, we've got spiders, that you may have to fight your way back out again. Yeah, which is exactly what's happened here. If you get in and out of the cave really quickly, then you'll find that stuff doesn't respawn, and you can get out pretty much unscathed. But as long as your gas mask's not broken, you're in no rush. You can get out fairly easily. Alright, so this is now the big entrance chamber. We go up this little ramp and we're out of the cave. Now there is one more thing before I wrap this video up that I'm going to show you. One more little trick which the swamp cave is awesome for. So let's head out of the cave. There we go, you can see daylight. Oh, it's brightened up a bit out here now. It's not nighttime anymore, thank goodness for that. Alright, last thing before we wrap this video up, we're on this little chubby bubby, so the Gigantopithecus. Which, if you didn't know, is awesome for gathering fiber. Now, this guy, this is one that I tamed, so you can see it hasn't been leveled, it's just a tamed one. I can't remember the level that it was pre-tame, but I'm going to level everything in weight. So I've got all those points to add. I'm not going to put anything in melee, I'm not going to put anything in health, stamina, whatever. I'm going to put it all in weight. I'm going to put my gas mask back on, and I'm going to head into the swamp cave. Now, you can actually do the cave with these guys because they do a knockback, but I wouldn't do it with this one because all I've leveled up is weight. But if we head in here and you use, not the primary attack, sorry, because that just gets you berries. But if you use one of the secondary attacks, and on the Xbox it's pressing down the right joystick, look at that fiber. Now, this is on 1 times. So, look at this amount of fiber that this guy is gathering as we head into this cave. And so, I'm just going to keep gathering and gathering. How insane is that? So, you can see why I'm leveling up weight. So, you saw the melee was nothing impressive on this guy. So, melee is not what's doing this. There is just something freaky about this cave. Now, you know when you're... looking to craft, so say you get your Ascendant Rex BP, which unfortunately we didn't today, but I don't think we can complain about the loot we got today. But if you've got your Ascendant Rex BP, there's 2 things. Metal is always a bit of a struggle, but you know, metal is metal. You can gather metal. There's lots of metal available on this map. Sometimes the biggest struggle is fiber and hide. So if you need fiber, get one of these monkey men and head on into the swamp cave, because look, I'm almost up there, 50k. So I've gathered 50k fiber already, just wandering around inside the entrance here. You don't have to actually go near anything bad. You can just gather this amount in this entranceway. And I just come in here, I gather as much as I can until I basically encumber the Bigfoot, and then I head out. And what are we up to? 70k, 70k fiber in one run. And this, like I said before, this is on 1 times, so there's no extra gather rates, there's no weekend event going at the moment. This is just on 1 times. One more, and we've got 80k fiber in just a matter of like a minute. Look at that. Brilliant. So that is most definitely, I wish I had a trick like that. Oh, my gas mask just broke. I wish I had a trick like that for hide, but unfortunately I don't. But for fiber, that is 100% the best way. And that's it for me. So that's the tour of the swamp cave. We covered everything. We covered all the artifacts. We covered the artifact. We covered all the explorer nodes, all the loot drop locations, the stuff to take in, how best to get in and out without dying. I hope the video helped you. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, drop me a like, maybe subscribe if you like the content. There's more coming, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Llama, and I'm out of here.